It's Thursday, November 6th. Ottawa police are investigating a stabbing outside the Rideau Centre Wednesday night.
The United States Supreme Court will make a landmark decision today about whether President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs are legal.
Alexander Ovechkin keeps making hockey history. We'll tell you about his latest accomplishment. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Thursday, I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lambs.
And what we do have this week is a sleep week, which I think we were talking about yesterday, which we've all kind of been taking a little bit more notice on. You're finally getting some good sleep, and you were like, you know what, we're dialing it in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting in my bed so that I can make sure that I get those 8 hours. You got to get in like 9-10 hours before, and then play around with the phone, and then just sleep. There's nothing like a good night's sleep.
It's true.
It's juicy.
Have you gotten the 2 in a row yet?
My daughter did 2 nights in a row.
Yay!
You don't understand. This is like the first time in months that she has slept 2 nights in a row. So it's a big accomplishment in our house. So
we will take the wins when we can get them. All right, right to our news headlines on your Thursday morning. Ottawa police are investigating an incident in the Byward Market after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released, and the investigation is ongoing.
The U.S. Supreme Court is weighing one of the most economically significant cases in decades with huge implications for Canada. At issue, whether President Donald Trump's sweeping emergency tariffs are legal. The president has slapped tariffs on more than 90 nations, including Canada, by declaring a national economic emergency. Trump's tariffs have cost Canada billions of dollars. The case was brought forward by several U.S. states and a handful of small businesses. With the president's economic agenda at stake, the court is expected to move swiftly on the issue, which could mean a judgment in weeks or by the end of the year.
Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October 2023. OPP confirmed he had been the victim of a homicide, and the search continued for his body. Yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can expect an increased police presence to continue as their investigation continues on.
We are getting a look at how many drivers have received parking tickets in Westboro and Wellington West since the city introduced on-street paid parking in the area 2 months ago. In September, paid parking was implemented on sections of Richmond Road, Wellington Street West, and Churchill Avenue to encourage turnover in the high-demand area. The city implemented around 700 paid on-street parking spots. Since then, bylaw officers have handed out nearly 3,000 tickets for parking violations. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year, Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Redblacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after failing to qualify for the playoffs for the 5th year in a row. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Redblacks, adding, "It's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on."
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who voted were in favor of the 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The College Employer Council says it's grateful the agreement has been ratified.
History was made in the National Hockey League last night. There you go. Alexander Ovechkin continues to rewrite the history books, becoming the NHL's first player to reach 900 goals. It happened in the second period as the Washington Capitals hosted the St. Louis Blues. The 40-year-old passed Wayne Gretzky as the league's all-time leading goal scorer back in April. Last month, Ovechkin became the 8th player to reach 1,500 NHL games with the same team against the Ottawa Senators. But he says 900 goals is the more significant milestone because he's entering territory no player has ever reached.
A four-legged fashionista from Montreal, famous for her social media presence and signature looks, has died.
Tika the Iggy, an Italian greyhound, rose to social media fame with more than 1.6 million followers. Thanks to her playful videos when her retirement was announced, showing off her extensive wardrobe.
Her owners say she died shortly after undergoing surgery, surrounded by family in Montreal. She was 14 years old. Big heart to Tika.
Yes.
That's really sad. You know what? In 14, though, is a good life.
It
For a
is.
dog,
Pretty
especially,
good.
too,
Yeah.
right? It's pretty
Heart
good.
to
Obviously,
Tika.
those years are going down, but very sad.
Absolutely, but it's also nice to go online and put a smile on her face with all her memories, right? Because she did have fashion that was very on point for a pooch.
Many smiles across, I think, the nation
Absolutely.
and probably the globe.
Absolutely. Cool start to our morning. So we didn't quite get that snow that we were maybe thinking we were going to see overnight tonight, but there is still a chance that some areas could see a few scattered flurries early this morning, only until about 7 o'clock, so only for the next hour or so. Temperatures cool, and we're not going to warm up too much from where we're sitting right now. We're sitting at 3 degrees here in Ottawa, same within Cornwall, Brockville, Kingston, Pembroke, also cool this morning. They're just not registering at this time. Right now in our skies, we are seeing cloudy conditions, so mostly cloudy conditions to start off your day. Into the afternoon, those clouds will clear out, and we will get to see some sunshine into your day ahead. A joy because we don't have a lot of sunshine over the next 7 days. As a matter of fact, we have more rain on the way and even some snow in the forecast. Tomorrow, late in the morning, early afternoon, we are expecting some rain, and it will continue to rain off and on, similar to yesterday into your Friday throughout the late afternoon into your overnight, and we could see upwards of 10 to 15 millimeters of rain. So significant rain on the way for Friday. It will be quite mild on Friday, so we don't have to worry about it shifting to snow. However, as we head into Sunday, that's exactly what will happen. It'll start off raining, and then we are expecting some snow. Temperatures today sitting at 3 degrees. So where we're sitting this morning, we're going to hover there all afternoon long. Not going to warm up today, so temps will be below seasonal. It will be sunny but cool. So yes, I have the winter jacket out and the winter boots in our highs for today. So again, we could see those little flurries early this morning, but then after that, it will clear up and we will see some sunshine. Still a chance of those flurries you could see for Kemptville, Ottawa, Bancroft, as well as out in the valley, Cornwall and Brockville. Trenton, Kingston seeing some sunshine today and slightly warmer than us here in the city. You'll be sitting at 6 degrees into your afternoon, 0 for Kitigan Zibi into your day ahead. So over the next 7 days, this is where we're going to see more rain on the way and yes, some snow as well. 3 is the high for today, so we're not going to warm up into the afternoon. -5 is the overnight low, so quite cold overnight tonight. Milder for tomorrow, 9 degrees is the high, not quite into those double digits, but fairly close. Rain on the way, we're expecting 10 to 15 millimeters, overnight dropping to 2. Saturday, the sunshine is out, a high of 7, beautiful fall day. Then Sunday's the day it's going to look a little soggy and yes, even some snow. We are expecting about 2 to 4 millimeters of rain in the afternoon. Then it will change to snow as temperatures drop down all the way to -6 Sunday. We could see 2 up to 4 centimeters of snow in the forecast, which means your drive-in Monday morning could be a little bit slippery. So if you have a chance to get those winter tires on this weekend, that is the best advice because you probably will need them for Monday morning. Tuesday is another day. We could see a few more flurries along the way. On your roads this morning, nothing major to report on your drive-in. Traffic is looking easy, so far so good. Just some slowdowns now. If you are heading in from the west end driving eastbound, there are some slowdowns at Richmond. Now here's your TSN must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. Before we head to D.C., the Capitals are taking on the Blues. Alex Ovechkin sitting on 899 goals. The shot misses the net. There's Ovi on the backhand, getting gold number 900. Not known for scoring goals with his backhand. The all-time record holder in goals sets another milestone 7 months after breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time mark. And that is your must-see moment from Wednesday. Tonight on TSN, it's Thursday Night Football. The Raiders taking on the Broncos with coverage beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
And to Melissa's note, we just got information into our newsroom. We have a collision eastbound on the 417 at Parkdale that has the center lane closed and is causing significant delays for you on this Thursday morning. And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, new rules on carbon monoxide detectors and how they can save you and your family's lives. That's coming up just after the break. We're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, and temperatures, they are starting to feel cool. If you just took a look at Melissa's forecast, beneath -5 degrees potentially over the next few evenings. Bundle up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Pure Country 94 wants to send you to Sandals South Coast in Jamaica. We're giving away an all-inclusive Caribbean vacation for 2 every weekday. Listen for your chance to win. Pure Country Passport with Sandals Resorts. Get closer to the Caribbean.
We will never forget your bravery, your strength, your sacrifice.
The very best and bravest of our nation. These heroic souls stood on guard for freedom.
Join the CTV News team and me as Canada comes together to remember.
Remembrance Day 2025, Tuesday morning at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on CTV.
Are you tired of being tired? Join us for Sleep Week, where we'll break down the top ways to get your best rest and help you wake up feeling refreshed.
Sleep Week on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Weekdays, brought to you in part by Ontario's Sleep Care.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Ottawa police are investigating an incident in the Byward Market after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. And the U.S. Supreme Court is weighing in on one of the most economically significant cases in decades, with huge implications for Canada.
And taking a look at what we can expect through the day today. Ooh, it is a cool start to your day, and it's not warming up whatsoever. 3 degrees is the hottest that it gets. The good news, though, we will actually see some sunshine this afternoon, but then those overnight lows will start to get very cold. Overnight tonight, potentially dropping down to -5 degrees, and that is not the coldest that is expected to get this week. Stay tuned for the full forecast coming up a little bit later on. Taking a look at your roads at this hour, we are hearing words about a collision at Parkdale, which is causing major delays on your Thursday morning commute. So just make sure that you are aware that we have the center lane closed, so we will see some delays if you're heading east this morning.
Carbon monoxide is known as the silent killer. It's odorless and colorless, and it can leak into homes from faulty gas or wood-burning equipment, or even from a car in your garage. As CTV's Sean Varden tells us, changes to Ontario's fire code should make it easier to detect carbon monoxide and save lives.
That sound can save your life.
I don't want to think about what could have happened.
For Tracy Knowles and her family, a carbon monoxide detector made that difference.
We were startled awake, and we recognized that the alarm sounded different than a normal fire alarm, and it was stating carbon monoxide. So we got up, my husband and I, and we exited our home and called 911.
Ottawa Fire Services arrived within minutes of the 911 call. It was determined the malfunctioning furnace was the culprit. Since then, Knowles has installed carbon monoxide detectors throughout her home, getting a head start on changes coming to Ontario's fire code starting in 2026.
Carbon monoxide alarms will no longer only be required outside of where they sleep if they have a fuel-burning appliance, a wood stove, or an attached garage. They're now going to be required on every level of the home.
And carbon monoxide detectors come in all shapes and sizes. Some models detect smoke and carbon monoxide, some plug into the wall with a standby battery, and some have 10-year batteries and can be mounted anywhere. All Canadian Standard Association approved detectors get the job done. And if a carbon monoxide alarm goes off, Ottawa Fire has simple steps to follow.
It's 2 easy steps. Go to fresh air and call 911. What we see the most is residents will start opening up all their windows. Don't do that. When our crews arrive, we'll just have to close them all, wait for the carbon monoxide to build back up to find out what the source is of carbon monoxide.
For Knowles, the message is simple.
Make sure that you are prepared and get those alarms. They're not expensive. They're easily found.
The new regulations kick in on January 1st. Sean Varden, CTV News.
Well, federal unions are expressing outrage at the federal government's move to cut another 28,000 public sector jobs by the end of year 2029 as part of the plan that Prime Minister Mark Carney says will make the government much more productive. Let's check in with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to get his thoughts. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. Yeah, I had a conversation yesterday with the head of the Public Service Alliance of Canada, and it occurred to me that one of their arguments about keeping them on doesn't really play very well coming from them. And it's an argument I've actually made, and I agree with. One of their arguments is, look, you're going to lay off public sector workers who make good money, live in your communities, spend money in the restaurants. You've heard me say this. Well, spend money in the restaurants, especially here in Ottawa. They live next door to us. They may have to sell their homes. It can decrease home values. Having good paid jobs in your community is a good thing for the economy. Absolutely agree. Here's the problem when they make the argument. When we've been asking federal government workers, we the people through our government, to come back to the office 5 days a week, what have they been arguing? It is not our job to support local economies. That's not our position. Now that there's a chance they're going to lose their jobs, now all of a sudden we have to keep in mind that they support local economies. You can't have it both ways. You just can't. The hypocrisy of that argument is just stunning to me. And it occurred to me when I was hearing it, that can't be the argument. Listen, the reality is governments use jobs, federal jobs, provincial jobs, municipal jobs as well, to kind of socially engineer and help communities all the time. They even do it with the private sector, incentivizing them with tax breaks and grants and other ways to bring jobs into a certain community that needs jobs. This has been going on since the beginning of democracy. So there's nothing wrong with saying you need to come back to the office full time in order to bring economic prosperity to downtown Ottawa, especially since the entire downtown was built to support those federal workers. For the most part, anyway, it was. So I agree. We don't want to lose any federal jobs that we don't absolutely have to. And I do think we absolutely have to lose some, and I feel bad about that. But at the same time, this government needs to have the courage to call all workers back 5 days a week, and they can no longer argue that it's not their job to support the economy, because they just argued that it is part of their job.
Yeah, Bill, I feel like this is not the last time we're going to be talking about this as this continues to unfold over the coming weeks, months, and years ahead. Have a great show, my friend.
Okay, you too.
And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 till 10 in the morning. And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we want to know how the time change and the change in temperatures impacts your mood. We've been talking about it here in our office over the last couple of days. We want to know if you out there are feeling the same way. We are taking your comments coming up just ahead. Taking a peek outside. There's no temperature out there, but it is around -1. Feeling a little cooler this morning. So bundle up from our Skycam on George Street. Temperatures, they're dropping down to -5 tonight. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we're asking for your comments on winter and mental health. We're asking you, how does the colder weather impact your mood? Do you notice a change when it gets darker and colder? Let us know your thoughts. Email us yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. I feel like we're all kind of feeling this the last few days, right?
Definitely. I think that we might be a little biased too because of our shift.
Right.
I like that it's a little bit brighter in the morning, and then in the afternoons for us, like our bedtime, it's nice. But I will not negate the fact that it does completely change, because I was even surprised it's like 4:30. It's like, oh, it's so dark. Like, it does have a major impact on the moods.
It's so true. And you know what? I try and follow nature, right? So you notice like a lot of the animals, they hibernate, things slow down, not a lot of noise. So it's like, take it a little bit easier, go ham in the gym, and then go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
That's what I try and do. I try not to be so busy.
Yeah,
you know?
and I feel like there's something about this time of the year, you just require more sleep. I don't know exactly what it is, but I just feel like when I used to be able to function fairly well on 6 hours, now I can't. And I need like 8 hours to function what I used to be able to on 6. There's something about the shorter days, the dark, you know, the colder temperatures, it's dark in the morning, dark at night. I just feel like I need more sleep. And I have been feeling it since the time change. Like, I've been super groggy and been having a hard time getting going in the morning.
Yeah, well, and also your little one too, right around the same time, wasn't sleeping well, then you weren't getting a lot of sleep, and so, you know, trickle down effect
Snowball
there.
effect,
so we see that happening. But another thing I do, I just want to say, even though the temperature is getting colder, a trick I learned. Don't go like this. Don't bundle up right away. Just kind of just ease into it. Keep the shoulders down. If you can, keep the jacket open. Yes, I know it's cool. I know it can be a bit cold out there, but it's not minus 15.
Not
yet. It's not minus 20. So I just kind of embrace the cold, let it kind of whip around. And so when it does really get cold, I'm a bit better prepared.
Okay.
So a little bit of discomfort,
I like that.
it's okay.
You don't gotta have an argument here. I take my cold tub of starting my day every single day.
There you go.
And then the cold doesn't seem so cold.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a thyroid condition, hypothyroidism, so I am extremely sensitive to the cold. I think my body has a hard time regulating temperatures. So cold for me is
super cold.
It's super cold.
Okay,
like I'm cold when it's 30 degrees in the summer some days.
Yeah, the seat heater on in the summer is what we talked about.
Oh, poor thing. Okay, I hear you. So you can bundle up. I'll try. The scarf around there. All right, we're going to be hearing from you later in the show. We're asking, how does a colder weather impact your mood? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are checking in with local psychotherapists who will discuss seasonal affective disorder and women and what steps that they can take to make those changes in seasons just a little bit easier. Stay with us, everybody. We will be right back.
I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And temperatures are getting a little bit colder, and we're talking about the moods and how the dark afternoons at 4 to 5 p.m. can affect your moods, or if you like the sunshine arriving a little bit early. That's kind of our discussion throughout the day today.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's always dark when we come in, right? So it never really changes. Even in the summer, we're so used to coming in when it's dark outside. But I think for most people, when they're used to coming in and then it's still dark at 6 o'clock when it used to be bright, I think that's when it's tough.
Usually top of mind for most people this time of year.
Yeah.
All right, right to our news headlines. Ottawa police are investigating an incident in the Byward Market after a stabbing occurred just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released, and the investigation is ongoing.
President Donald Trump's tariffs face some tough questions in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's a congressional power, not a presidential power to tax. And you want to say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
The court now has to decide whether it's illegal for President Trump to unilaterally impose tariffs in the name of national security. During about 3 hours of arguments, both Democratic and Republican judges questioned President Trump's use of the emergency law. The challenge was brought on by several states and businesses, arguing tariffs have driven up costs and uncertainty.
For nearly 40 years, my family has built this business from the ground up. Today, reckless tariffs threaten everything we've achieved.
The Supreme Court fast-tracked the appeal after a lower court ruled President Trump had overstepped his authority. A decision is expected within weeks or possibly months.
Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October 2023. OPP confirmed he had been the victim of a homicide and the search continued for his body. Yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can expect an increase in police presence as they continue to investigate.
We are getting a look at how many drivers have received parking tickets in Westboro and Wellington West since the city introduced on-street paid parking in the area 2 months ago. In September, paid parking was implemented on sections of Richmond Road, Wellington Street West, and Churchill Avenue to encourage turnover in the high-demand area. The city implemented around 700 paid on-street parking spots. Since then, bylaw officers have handed out nearly 3,000 tickets for parking violations.
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who voted were in favor of the 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The College Employer Council says it's grateful that the agreement has been ratified.
Global Affairs has confirmed a Canadian is among 7 people killed by an avalanche in Nepal this week. The avalanche happened on Monday at Mount Yulangri in the Himalayas. Rescuers weren't able to reach the site until the next day. The people who died were 5 foreigners and 2 locals. So far, at least 3 bodies have been recovered. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year, Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Redblacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after the team struggled under his leadership. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Redblacks, adding, "It's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on."
In more sports news, history was made in the NHL last night. He does it again. Alexander Ovechkin continues to rewrite the history books, becoming the NHL's first player to reach 900 goals. It happened in the second period as the Washington Capitals hosted the St. Louis Blues. The 40-year-old passed Wayne Gretzky as the league's all-time leading goal scorer back in April. Last month, Ovechkin became the 8th player to reach 1,500 NHL games with the same team against the Ottawa Senators. But he says 900 goals is the more significant milestone because he's entering territory no player has ever reached.
SpaceX has just extended its single-year launch record again.
29 satellites aboard the Falcon 9 rocket have been launched from Cape Canaveral Space Station in Florida. It marked the 141st Falcon 9 liftoff of the 2025 SpaceX 146th launch of the year overall.
The mission saw the use of the first stage booster, demonstrating SpaceX reusable rocket technology. After liftoff, the rocket's first stage returned to Earth, splashing down safely in the Atlantic Ocean. A lot of liftoffs there for the year.
Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
impressive.
We were talking about space and do we want to go to space? Do we like it out there? We all had some mixed views on that.
No,
too.
I want to go.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like my 2 feet planted on
Yes.
planet Earth.
And I'm kind of an in-between. I would like to go visit, but it would definitely be a little creepy up there.
Yeah, you'd like to go and then come right back down.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
Yeah.
want to guarantee, too. Like, you
Yeah.
can make it back, right?
And like, I
hear
gotta
you.
see an alien, or else it just wasn't worth it.
Oh, man. See, that's what I don't want to see. I want to pretend that Tony says. It is a cloudy start to your morning this afternoon. Sunny conditions, but it will be much cooler in the forecast today. And we're going to see cooler conditions and snow on the way into the weekend forecast, so it will be a little bit messy and through Sunday. Temps right now still sitting at 3 degrees. It does feel closer to -3, so we're dealing with some wind chill out there this morning. It is quite cool before you head outside. Similar temperatures really throughout the region today. Everybody in those low single digits to start off your morning. A little bit cloudy out there throughout the region as well. You could see those little white blobs. Yes, that's some snow. So some people saw a few scattered flurries this morning, but just very, very light scattered flurries, and it will clear up within the next hour or so. In our skies tomorrow, we will see some rain. So enjoy the sunshine today because we don't have a lot of it over the next 7 days. Tomorrow, it's a little bit soggy. Starting late in the morning on Friday, we're expecting some rain, upwards of 10 to 15 millimeters throughout the day ahead. It will continue into the overnight as well. So we won't have to worry about it flipping to snow tomorrow. It will stay as rain. This morning, of course, because some areas could see those flurries, just keep that in mind on your drive in. Other than that, no major issues on your roads tonight. Skies will be nice and clear as you head home from work later on this evening. Temps today sitting at 3 degrees. So again, we're not going to warm up from where we're sitting right now. It will be slightly warmer for Trent and Kingston. They'll reach daytime highs of 6 degrees today, getting to see that sunshine. Other areas could see those little scattered flurries this morning. Very, very sparse. So some areas will stay completely dry, but again, we could see those few scattered flurries early this morning to start off your day. Over the next couple of days, tomorrow will be quite mild. 9 degrees is the high. We are expecting that rain, about 10 to 15 millimeters in the forecast. 2 is the overnight low, so that's why we won't see that shift to snow. As we head into Saturday, mix of sun and cloud. The sunshine is back. 7 is your high, but then Sunday a little bit cooler. 3 is your high. Overnight dropping to -6. That's why we could see the rain shift to snow. So at this point, we're expecting about 2 to 4 millimeters of rain in the forecast for Sunday, and then 2 to 4 centimeters of snow into the evening overnight, which means Monday morning, the roads might be very, very slippery. Of course, this will be the first snow that will kind of stick to the ground this season. -1 is your high, so cold conditions next week as well, and it will stay cold throughout the rest of the work week.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
And we do have a collision this morning eastbound on the 417 at Parkdale that has the center lanes closed, and you could see causing significant delays. Lots of backlights this morning, meaning lots of traffic backed up right past Bayshore this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the Supreme Court of Canada will decide whether to hear the case of an ostrich farm in BC that's been ordered to put down its flock. We'll tell you more about that coming up next. Here's a live look through our sky cam. Looks like a fairly cloudy day, but looks like we are expecting a little bit of sunshine, according to Melissa, later on in the day. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Ottawa police are investigating an incident in the Byward Market after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. And the U.S. Supreme Court is weighing in on one of the most economically significant cases in decades, with huge implications for Canada. Full details on that coming up. We're going to take a peek at what your Thursday conditions have in store, Melissa.
Not a bad looking day for us, but it will be a little bit cool throughout your morning, right through into your afternoon. Temps right now sitting at 3. It feels like -3, and that's our daytime high. So not going to warm up into your day ahead. Mix of sun and cloud for us today. Cold overnight, dropping all the way to -5. Tomorrow, rain on the way. We could see upwards of 10 to 15 millimeters. The sunshine is back on Saturday with a high of 7. On your roads this morning, just a reminder, there is a collision on the center lane. This is 417 eastbound at Parkdale. Traffic is backed up all the way past Bayshore this morning. You could see lots of brake lights, so give yourself some extra time in that area. Rosie.
The Supreme Court is set to decide this morning whether it will hear the case of an ostrich cull in BC. The ostriches have been the center of a months-long dispute due to an outbreak of avian flu and the ordered destruction of the flock. Why don't we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst for more on this case? Good morning to you, Scott. So, Scott, the decision from the Supreme Court is just the latest in what has been months of back and forth. What led to this point?
Good morning, Rosie. Universal Ostrich Farms in southeastern BC has been fighting for the better part of 10 months to save hundreds of its ostriches, a beloved flock, it says, that doesn't deserve to die. The owners have been opposing a cull order from the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, and over that time, the farm has seen a groundswell of supporters stand behind their fight, including high-profile endorsements from south of the border. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., RFK, the U.S. Health Secretary, has written to the CFIA in support of the farm, arguing the birds could be valuable to be studied. So you question what led to this point. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency issued a cull order last December after an avian flu outbreak. The owners of the farm have been fighting the cull order ever since, arguing the surviving ostriches are showing no signs of illness and should be spared, while the CFIA says the ostriches that appear healthy may still spread the disease. Now, the cull appeared imminent in September, but the Supreme Court issued a temporary stay until it decided whether to hear the farm's case, really an 11th hour reprieve for the farm and its supporters. But since that time, the birds have been in the care of the CFIA, despite ongoing opposition from the owners and supporters and accusations, Rosie, the birds are being mistreated during that time.
So, Scott, what would a decision to hear the case or not hear the case mean for what's next?
So today's decision by the Supreme Court of Canada, which will be out later this morning, comes down to this. If the court decides not to hear the case and lifts the stay on the cull, there'd be nothing legally standing in the way of the CFIA, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, from beginning the cull and killing the hundreds of birds. On the other hand, the court could decide to hear the case, and that would mean a final decision on the fate of the flock, Rosie, would come after a hearing.
CTV News' Scott Hurst, thank you very much for this update on this case that has been going on for, like you said, over a year now. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Rosie.
Well, today on Your Morning Ottawa, we asked, how do you deal with the colder weather and does it impact your mood? You notice a change when it gets a little darker and colder? Here's what some of you had to say.
Darlene says, as a morning person, I'm very happy about the time change, as I had been struggling to get out of bed when it was dark. Yeah, because it does get brighter a little bit earlier now that we've moved the clocks back to standard time. So
it's like 6:45 instead of 7:45.
7:45.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Darlene.
Marjorie says, I like the cold weather as someone from a tropical country. I do love to bundle up, as they say. The cold weather here does not affect my mood, as I do watch the birds, which are not all flying south.
There you go, Marjorie. Okay. Yeah, they're not all flying south. That's true.
Still a couple of birds hanging around.
Sticking around, because it's not all bad.
That's
it's
right.
True. Yeah. Thanks so much for your comments. We really appreciate it. So today on Your Morning Ottawa, we're asking for your comments on winter and mental health. We're asking, how does the colder weather, and shorter days impact your mood? Do you notice a change when it gets darker and colder? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up next, would you go see an unreleased movie without knowing what the film is? Well, Cineplex is offering moviegoers a chance to do just that. We'll tell you more about the surprise premieres coming up next. Here's a live look at our sky cam on George Street, and just want to let you know, this morning in Carleton Place, they're seeing a little bit of snow.
Oh, it's here!
It sure is. It is 6:48. It's time for your morning fix, and the next time you're looking for medical advice, you'll have to try somewhere other than ChatGPT. For better or for worse, many Canadians turn, of course, to the internet for guidance on how to deal with health issues, and nowadays that often means AI tools like ChatGPT. But parent company OpenAI recently updated its policies so the chatbot won't offer medical or legal advice. The rules now state ChatGPT can't be used for tailored advice that requires a license. A recent study led by researchers at the University of Waterloo found the bot only got 30% of open-ended medical questions entirely correctly.
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
We knew that something
Yeah.
like this was going to happen. You know, we've had the tragic stories about the young looking for guidance with ChatGPT on some, you know, not so nice rules. So it's nice that they're putting in guidelines now. And it's funny because you'd always hope that those are discussed before it's launched, but of course, at least something's in there now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Cineplex is launching a new weekly event aimed at more adventurous moviegoers. Film buffs can buy a ticket for a Monday surprise premiere, but they won't know which one until they get in to see it, until the lights go down. And it's a new secret take on secret screenings, which have been featured at film festivals and indie theaters for decades. The new program aims to draw audiences back into big theaters, especially on weekdays. A recent study commissioned by Telefilm found that movie theater attendance in Canada has dropped by an average of 46% in the last 5 years alone. Monday surprise premieres will start on November 10th, and ticket prices are just $8.99.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Drop the price as well, right?
Yeah.
With the drop in attendance, you got to do some things differently.
And make it fun like that. I know I'm in. What is it, a horror flick came up for you?
That's why, like, I would have to leave. Like, I wouldn't be able to handle it probably, so then I would just waste it. But also, could you imagine you're like maybe thinking it's a horror, and then you get to see some, you know, children's release?
Yeah, like, I'm not ready yet. Yeah. It's going to be a complete turn.
Well, staying on the movies, one of the surprise hits from the summer, K-pop Demon Hunters, has reportedly gotten the green light for a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
Your most sung song over the last
Will's laughing because I come in singing this song all the time. The animated musical movie tells the story of a trio of pop idols who fight supernatural demons by night. K-pop Demon Hunters has become the most watched original movie on Netflix ever. It's also claimed number ones at the box office and on music charts. It was created and co-directed by Canadian Maggie Kang, who told CTV in September she was very excited to dive into the world again. And that was amid rumors of a planned sequel. Deadline now reports Netflix and Sony are preparing for a 2029 release of K-pop Demon Hunters 2. The companies didn't comment on the report.
No, I want it to come out earlier.
Right?
Yeah, that's quite a stretch.
Yeah. It takes so long
Yeah.
to make those animated features. There's so much work that goes into it. Looking forward to it. And then you'll have a new theme song.
Oh, great. I can't wait.
Years before that one goes.
It's wild how this happened too. It's just like we saw there was a new movie, we put it on, and literally we watched it 14 times in a couple of days because that's what happens when you're a kid. And then we went on a downward spiral of we couldn't watch it because then we were having dreams of demons in the room.
Right.
So then it got a little too much. We had to take a break.
It had a turn.
But now we're back. We're
There
back.
you go.
So, you know.
Just in time
Still
for another
watching.
one. Just
That's
in
why I
time
know
for a
all the words
sequel.
to the song.
All right, coming up in the next hour, how seasonal affective disorder impacts women differently and some strategies you can use to mitigate the impact of the seasonal change. The Ottawa Rapid FC are getting ready for a big playoff match this weekend. We'll tell you more coming up. And we get a look at 3 great properties on the market now for less than $750,000 in the Bennett Real Estate Rundown. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. 6:56, you're watching Your Morning Ottawa.
Hey, Ottawa, know someone who secretly makes our city amazing? We want to hear about them.
You know, the kind of person who goes above and beyond without ever asking for anything in return.
Because Move 100, CTV, and Lazy Boy want to give them a huge shout-out.
We're searching for Ottawa's unsung heroes, the everyday people doing extraordinary things. Nominate someone for a chance to win them a $5,000 Lazy Boy gift card.
Nominate your local hero today.
Let's celebrate those who make Ottawa a better place.
It's Thursday, November 6th. Ottawa police are investigating a stabbing on Rideau Street Wednesday night.
The union, representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province, says its members have ratified a new contract.
The Ottawa Rapid FC are gearing up for the semifinals. Can they take it all? Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
o'clock on the nose. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb. And it's while we're still talking about soccer with these cooler conditions, I'm like, it's snowing in Carleton Place. It's cold tonight. But it's still soccer season.
And we're talking about the mental resilience of training outdoors.
Exactly. We got some tough players out there with the Rapid FC, so let's see what they can do. No doubt about that. But like you said, a little on the chilly side today.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
It's officially bundle up season.
There you go.
All right, Ottawa police are investigating an incident after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released at this time, and the investigation is ongoing.
President Donald Trump's tariffs face some tough questions in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's a congressional power, not a presidential power to tax. And you want to say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
The court now has to decide whether it's legal for President Trump to unilaterally impose tariffs in the name of national security. During about 3 hours of arguments, both Democratic and Republican judges questioned President Trump's use of the emergency law. The challenge was brought on by several states and businesses, arguing tariffs have driven up costs and uncertainty.
For nearly 40 years, my family has built this business from the ground up. Today, reckless tariffs threaten everything we've achieved.
The Supreme Court fast-tracked the appeal after a lower court ruled President Trump had overstepped his authority. A decision is expected within weeks or possibly months.
OPP confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October of 2023. OPP confirmed he had been the victim of a homicide and the search continued for his body. Yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can still expect an increase in police presence as they continue to investigate.
Ottawa firefighters worked to extinguish a building fire on Dalhousie Street. Ottawa Fire Services say emergency crews responded to a call in the 200 block of Dalhousie Street just before 7:30. Last night, firefighters arrived on scene to find black smoke and open flames visible on the 3rd floor. Crews searched the building and found no occupants and no injuries have been reported. The fire was under control within 40 minutes and contained to the area where it started before it could spread. The cause of the fire is under investigation. We are getting a look at how many drivers have received parking tickets in Westboro and Wellington West since the city introduced on-street paid parking in the area 2 months ago. In September, paid parking was implemented on sections of Richmond Road, Wellington Street West, and Churchill Avenue to encourage turnover in the high-demand area. The city implemented around 700 paid on-street parking spots. Since then, bylaw officers have handed out nearly 3,000 tickets for parking violations.
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a brand new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who voted were in favor of the 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The College Employer Council says it's grateful the agreement has been ratified.
Global Affairs has confirmed a Canadian is among 7 people killed by an avalanche in Nepal this week. The avalanche happened on Monday at Mount Yalungri in the Himalayas. Rescuers weren't able to reach the site until the next day. The people who died were 5 foreigners and 2 locals. So far, at least 3 bodies have been recovered. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Red Blacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after the team struggled under his leadership. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Red Blacks, adding it's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on.
Continuing with sports, history was made in the National Hockey League last night. Alexander Ovechkin continues to rewrite the history books, becoming the NHL's first player to reach 900 goals. It happened in the second period as the Washington Capitals hosted the St. Louis Blues. The 40-year-old passed Wayne Gretzky as the league's all-time leading goal scorer back in April. Last month, Ovechkin became the 8th player to reach 1,500 NHL games with the same team. But he says that 900 goals is the more significant milestone because he's entering territory that no player has ever reached.
A curling team from Calgary is celebrating a rare and perfect score.
This was my first day back curling. No warm-up, no anything. I got on the ice, and the curling gods were with me.
The women of Team Saunders shot an 8 under. The odds of getting one is 1 in 120,000. For context, the odds of getting a hole-in-one is 1 in 12,000.
Woo! And for one teammate, this wasn't even her first 8-ender. She scored one back in 1992, a great year. This one, 33 years later, came after undergoing surgery for a pacemaker. Aww. I mean, come on. That is just the best story. And that is so unlikely. He said 1 in 120,000.
Yes.
Done it twice.
And she said she didn't even do a warm-up or anything, just went right to the ice and did her thing.
We talk about mental strength and resilience. There we go. We got someone that has that.
That is so neat. All right, we got to take a look at the weather picture of the day. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Daryl, thank you. Daryl writes, sunrise this morning over the Rideau River from our balcony in Manotick. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Daryl.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
We want to hear from you. Send us a weather picture, and you could see it right here on the show. Just send us an email to weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that's weathershots@ctv.ca.
And we do have a much cooler day in the forecast for us. Temperatures where we're sitting right now are not going to warm up too much into the afternoon. Already feeling like -3 to start off your day. So a daytime high today of only 3 degrees, and that's where we're actually sitting right now. A little bit below average, which is 7.5. The sun down at 4:42 p.m. So a very short day on the horizon for us. As you can see, temps right now still sitting at 3 areas out in the valley. Carleton Place, seeing a few flurries to start off your morning. Cool conditions, as you can see, across the region, even down in Trenton, Kingston, sitting in those low single digits to start off your morning. You can see this little white cloud popping through. That's actually some flurries that some areas are seeing. So Smiths Falls, Carleton Place, just kind of south of us here in the city. So a few areas seeing a few flurries to start off your day. Throughout the most of the afternoon, we will see a mix of sun and cloud for today. And then tomorrow, we'll start off sunny, but late in the morning, early afternoon, we are expecting rain on the way, and significant rain as well. We could see 10, upwards of 15 millimeters of rain in the forecast for us as we head into tomorrow. Because temperatures are really warm tomorrow, even into the overnight, we won't see the shift from rain to snow, which we will see as we head into Sunday. So again, some areas seeing a few light flurries this morning. Here are your daytime highs. Pretty cool across the region, especially for Ottawa, Pembroke, areas out along the Seaway. Trenton, Kingston still slightly warmer, sitting at 6 degrees into your afternoon. 0 for Kitigan, Zibi, as well as Mont Tremblant. So for kids heading out to the school bus this morning, still could see those flurries this morning. Temperatures hovering around 3 degrees. And it does feel closer to -3 this morning. Over the next couple of days, you'll see a real shift in conditions next week. Much cooler weather on the way. Tonight, even cold, dropping to -5. As we head into tomorrow, 9 degrees is the high, so a little bit above seasonal. That's why we'll see all rain on the way for Friday, right through into your overnight, 10 to 15 millimeters. The sun will be out for Saturday. Then Sunday, rain into the afternoon. We could see 2 to 4 millimeters of rain, shifting to snow as temps fall to -6 overnight. And we could see see 2 to 4 centimeters of snow on the way overnight Sunday, which means your drive-in Monday morning could be a little bit slippery and very cold, a high of only -1 for Monday. Cool conditions as we head into next week.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
Time now to take a look at traffic. The collision eastbound on the 417 at Parkdale has been cleared. We are still seeing significant delays. Traffic is backed up to Bayshore. We have a stalled vehicle on the 417 westbound between Bronson and Rochester, causing some major backups. Heading west on the Queensway, experiencing some buildup at St. Laurent until Parkdale. Westbound on the 174, seeing some slowdowns between 10th Line and Montreal Road. Melissa.
If you notice a change in your mood lately, you're not alone. Today we're talking about how this may impact women more than men. Joining us this morning, we have psychotherapist Christine Harrison. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Melissa.
Okay, let's talk about these seasonal changes, what we're seeing right now, and why this affects women more than men.
This is such a timely conversation, and you just said the sun sets at 4:42.
So early.
So we're naturally feeling this. It's not in our head, it's biological.
Okay.
So as the sunlight decreases, things happen in our brain. So serotonin decrease, cortisol increase, and melatonin increase.
Okay.
So with the lack of sunlight, the increase in melatonin, what that does is it makes us feel tired and sluggish.
It makes so much sense. I have been feeling so groggy since the weekend, and no matter how much sleep I get, I can't seem to catch up.
Right, and picture the lack of vitamin D. So vitamin D as well decreases our ability to produce the serotonin that we need.
Okay.
Lack of serotonin makes your mood low, right, and increases sluggishness. Those together kind of create that perfect intersection for an emotional disruption in women.
And why does this seem to affect women more than men?
So we naturally have other hormones at play, right? We have estrogen, we have progesterone, and then you add the combination of the melatonin and serotonin decrease. For a lot of women, they'll describe that as kind of a hormonal whiplash, if you will.
Right.
Right? So it's not the same. We're not equal. We're not the same.
So what can we do right now to kind of mitigate these issues that we're dealing with, these symptoms?
It's really important to establish a healthy routine. And I know everybody's sick of hearing people say this, but keep some consistency. Wake up and go to bed at the same time every night. And to reset your circadian rhythm, get sunlight in your eyes when you wake up within 5 minutes. So for a lot of us with the sun rising, as you said in your weather report, it's later. Sit in front of a mood light if you can. Have you heard of those?
I have.
So you want to have it kind of about the distance from your arm, and you want 20 minutes only in the morning. Sometimes I hear at the clinic people are doing it at night. Do not do that.
Okay.
And you want to have as much skin exposed as you can. So like a tank top or as much naked as you want to have, if it's private and your blinds are down. That way it's absorbing into your body. Yeah, to help with that mood shift. That can be really helpful. And of course, always start with protein and movement.
Okay. And what sort of other tips do you have for us kind of feeling the time change, feeling the colder conditions, feeling the shorter days?
So routine and consistency is key. Find some healthy habits that you can establish with a friend.
Okay.
Right? So a morning walk routine can be really helpful. It's also really important to keep track of some of these things. So what I look at is longevity. How long have you been feeling like this? Keep a bit of a diary. If it's just a couple of days, that's okay. But if we're looking at 2 weeks, it might be time to reach out and talk with somebody.
Okay. And I know you have so many useful tips on your website. Where can people go for more information?
So you can find us online at focusforwardtherapygroup.com, focusforward.health, our Instagram handle, YouTube, all the same.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Christine, for joining us today. And thank you for making it make sense while we're all feeling a little sluggish and a little extra tired right now. Will, over to you.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, they were considered underdogs in the Northern Super League, but ended up finishing second in the standings. We catch up with the Ottawa Rapid FC Stars as they are standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Nice and cozy in there, too, because guess what? It's a little cool out there through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We are expecting some sunshine to return, which I think will be a nice, happy, joyous return for all, even though those temperatures are getting a little bit cooler. Stay with us, everybody. 7:15 on your Thursday. Welcome back, everybody. For this week's Sleep Week, we talk about how gentle yoga can support better sleep and why even just a few minutes of mindful movement before bed can make a massive difference in how you rest and recharge. Joining us today is Kiana Lawrence, and she is the owner of Move Like You Studio. And before we even get going, Christmas socks too early or not too early?
Not too early.
That's what I'm talking about. Good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, so great. We're going to get into some poses that we can do prior to that bedtime, but I want to talk about the benefits of just doing this little movement and how it can impact your sleep.
Yeah, so I think when people think of yoga, it has to be this grand gesture, and it's actually not. It's all about very simple movements, and yoga is more than just the physical postures. So when we do yoga before bed, we're doing more restorative positions, and it's about bringing our body and our breath together and getting a better body awareness.
I love that, and I was talking to you right before, this is something that I actually implemented into my pre-sleep routine, and it was a game changer, and just like the restfulness when you go to bed, and then when you wake up in the morning, as opposed to that, you're just like kind of spring out of bed.
Yeah, you're ready to take on the next day. When we do yoga before bed, we're actually calming our nervous system down. So you're a very busy host. You probably have a very busy day. And before we go to bed, you can kind of feel that sometimes you might feel anxious or you have a lot of energy in your chest. And when we do our poses, we bring our body awareness down. We come back to our breath. We're calming our nervous system, taking our body out of that fight or flight response you might feel during the day, and turning our nervous system into our rest and digest, so our parasympathetic nervous system, where we're calming down and we're bringing energy back into the body.
I love that. Okay, let's get to some demos. What are some of the movements that we're going to do today?
Okay, so depending on what you have at home, if you have yoga blocks, you can use them. If you have a pillow in bed, even better. The first one we're going to do is your seated forward fold. So laying on your bed, laying on your floor, you can lengthen your legs down. You can notice if your knees feel tight, you can bring a pillow underneath or a block, whatever feels comfortable. You can kind of sit like this, sitting up tall, lengthening into your hips. You're going to reach your hands up on that inhale, and then as you exhale, think about hinging at the belly, bringing your belly button towards the tops of your knees, and then allow that natural curve to come to your head. So you're going to want to hold this for like 5 to 10 slow rounds of breath. Inhale into your nose, up and towards your chest, and then exhale, maybe make an audible exhale through the mouth. So we're lengthening our lower back, we're compressing into our belly, and we're finding a nice release in the head. We're releasing tension in the body you might be holding on to from your day.
I might be sleeping for the next hour and a half of our show, Kiana. It feels so good though, right? Like even just a couple of breaths, and you can already just feel like how it's just getting a little bit looser, the mind is calming down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's a great one for the low back. What else you got for us?
Next one, you're gonna lay on your back, which I think you'll like this one.
Oh.
Reclined butterfly. Feet are gonna be together, knees are gonna open wide, and then you're gonna lay down on to your back again. You have the option to place a pillow or blocks on the outside of your knees, and then you're gonna open your hands, thinking about taking up space. So if you're on your bed, you can just lay here. You're opening up your hips, your inner thighs, and then finding a nice chest opener here. Again, 5 to 10 slow rounds of breath.
Maybe a dog curled in on this side over here.
Drinking your sleepy time tea.
Yeah,
as well.
Melissa, she's got Lola to the left, her daughter on this side here. I think we need to have you on every single day for the show. All right, and then that's 2. Let's do one more before we let you go.
One more. You're gonna do your legs up. So you can use the pillow actually.
Okay, thank you.
You can demonstrate. You're gonna lay down on your back, put the pillow underneath your low back, and then reach your legs up towards the sky. Beautiful. And then allow your hands to reach up, and then allow your head to come down to the ground. So this is a nice release for the legs. You've been walking, you've been standing all day. You're allowing the blood to rush down into your heart.
Oh, I could just be here for the next minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Kiara, if people are looking to maybe get some more from you, where would they find you, my friend?
So our studio is at 432 Sunnyside Avenue in Old Ottawa South. Our website is movelikeyoustudio.ca, and our Instagram is movelikeyoustudio.
Oh, well, appreciate your time, and I'm feeling very zen. So, my friends, I'm going to throw it back to you for now.
That is so great, Will. Okay, so the Ottawa Rapid FC, they're winning awards, and they're heading to the playoffs, which the first game this weekend, Saturday, November 8th against Vancouver. And I've got 2 major players here from Ottawa Rapid FC. I've got DB Pridham and Julia Benatti. Good morning and welcome to you both. And can I say congratulations on all the awards.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is really neat.
Too.
Okay, so Julia, first off here, you got Goal of the Year award. I'm going to get to you, DB, in just a minute here, okay, because your awards are like, the list is so long. Goal of the Year award, right? This was voted on by fans. What does it mean to you to get that award?
Yeah, that was a surreal moment. It meant so much from the fans, from my teammates, and everyone that voted. Our fans have been by our side from day one, and it's kind of what's made this season so possible. It's all the little girls that have been dreaming to play professional, and they can now have that in their country. And that's such an amazing thing for this league. And in the moment, it was amazing. It's shown what our team's been about all season long. We've been a team that wants to dominate on the ball. JY, our Defender of the Year, another award. Yeah. She broke lines with her pass that she's been doing all season long. Desi, a legend to the game. Was working her ass off all game long, running down that line to get that assist for me, and just all together was a great team goal, and it was amazing.
See, I noticed, Julia, how you're naming all the other players too, because it's, you know, it's a team, and it's a team effort. I mean, you get the goal of the year, but it's all about the team as well. DB, okay, can I go through a list of some of the awards that you've won here? A Forward of the Year, Golden Boot, Player of the Year. Congratulations. I mean, the list goes on and on here. Are you having fun?
Yeah, I think that's the most important part in this game, is to have fun and to play with joy. And when you do that, you're on a roll and you're playing well.
Yeah, talk about the team here and playing with the team. What does it take, and what's the vibe like?
Yeah, the vibe is amazing. Honestly, we're a very tight-knit group. From preseason, the club brought us together in a very amazing way. We went and we were in a cabin and we were doing snowshoeing and team bonding activities, and that just brought us together from the very beginning. And that connection was extremely important to provide us with success on the field. We're a really tight-knit group. In playoffs, when we were in Vancouver, we were hanging out in the space that we had, a shared space, playing video games, card games, sequence, and a team might be going to their rooms, having their own time on their own, but we were just hanging out with each other, and it just shows how much we enjoy each other's company, and that just shows on the field. I'm so happy for the team and really excited for the team. You got a playoff match this weekend, TD Place against Vancouver. We're looking forward to it. We're cheering you on. Inaugural season and in the playoffs. I mean, it shows the success of the team and how you've all gelled so much. DB, Julia, congratulations. Keep on doing what you're doing, okay? Thank you so much. All right, thanks for coming by. Melissa.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we're checking out 3 great properties on the market right now, all for less than $750,000. The Bennett Real Estate Rundown is coming up.
Welcome and good morning. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and we're dealing with much cooler conditions today. And when you think it's cold this morning when you head outside, wait until tomorrow morning at this time. It's going to be crispy.
Right, so you're going to see your
fresh.
breath, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're walking outside, little watery eye maybe.
Cold overnight tonight, and I don't want to say it, but the next season is upon us. It is fast approaching.
We're not hiding from it when you look at that long-range forecast either.
No, next week is daytime high is very, very cold, not even above seasonal, not even seasonal, so.
The 180
chilly.
switch is time.
It's coming.
Yeah.
All right to our news headlines. Ottawa police are investigating an incident after a stabbing just outside of Rio Center last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released at this time, and the investigation is ongoing.
President Donald Trump's tariffs face some tough questions in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's a congressional power, not a presidential power, to tax. And you want to say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
The court now has to decide whether it's legal for President Trump to unilaterally impose tariffs in the name of national security. During about 3 hours of arguments, both Democratic and Republican judges questioned President Trump's use of the emergency law. The challenge was brought on by several states and businesses, arguing tariffs have driven up costs and uncertainty.
For nearly 40 years, my family has built this business from the ground up. Today, reckless tariffs threaten everything we've achieved.
The Supreme Court fast-tracked the appeal after a lower court ruled President Trump had overstepped his authority. A decision is expected within weeks or possibly months.
Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October 2023. OPP confirmed that he had been the victim of a homicide and the search continued for his body. Yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can still expect an increase in police presence as they continue their investigation.
Ottawa firefighters worked to extinguish a building fire on Dalhousie Street. Ottawa Fire Services says emergency crews responded to a call in the 200 block of Dalhousie Street just before 7:30 last night. Firefighters arrived on scene to find black smoke and open flames visible on the 3rd floor. Crews searched the building and found no occupants, and no injuries have been reported. The fire was under control within 40 minutes and contained to the area where it started before it could spread. The cause of the fire is now under investigation. We are getting a look at how many drivers have received parking tickets in Westboro and Wellington West since the city introduced on-street paid parking in the area 2 months ago. In September, paid parking was implemented on sections of Richmond Road, Wellington Street West, and Churchill Avenue to encourage turnover in the high-demand area. The city implemented around 700 paid on-street parking spots. Since then, bylaw officers has handed out nearly 3,000 tickets for parking violations.
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have officially ratified a new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who voted were in favor of the 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The Cottage Employer Council says it's grateful the agreement has been ratified.
Global Affairs has confirmed a Canadian is among 7 people killed by an avalanche in Nepal this week. The avalanche happened on Monday at Mount Yalungri in the Himalayas. Rescuers weren't able to reach the site until the next day. The people who died were 5 foreigners and 2 locals. So far, at least 3 bodies have been recovered. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as the head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Red Blacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after the team struggled under his leadership. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Red Blacks, adding, "It's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on."
And continuing with sports, history was made in the National Hockey League last night. Alexander Ovechkin continues to rewrite the history books, becoming the NHL's first player to reach 900 goals. It happened in the second period as the Washington Capitals hosted the St. Louis Blues. The 40-year-old passed Wayne Gretzky as the league's all-time leading goal scorer back in April. Last month, Ovechkin became the 8th player to reach 1,500 NHL games with the same team. But he says 900 goals is the more significant milestone because he's entering territory no player has ever reached.
And for many, skydiving even once in their lifetime is a huge feat. For 86-year-old Kim Norm, that's nothing.
Okay, the World Parachuting Championship gold medalist just went for her 999th skydive, landing her 1 dive away from her goal of 1,000. That milestone will earn her gold wings from the United States Parachute Association.
We're going to have to let you know when she reaches that one. Nora's first jump was in 1959 when she was just 18. before she went on to join the first U.S. women's parachute team.
Oh, there you go.
Seasoned vet.
That's so, and you could tell right there, like the joy, like the landing, no fear, just
beautiful.
Just pure enjoyment.
Here's to jump number 1,000.
It's incredible. What a milestone.
And for me, I need jump number 1.
Yeah.
I will stay at jump 0. Again, feet planted on the ground safely. That's where I like to be. Temperatures this morning, a little bit cool, and we are dealing with cloudy conditions, some sunshine into the day ahead. And yes, we got snow on the way as we head into the weekend. As a matter of fact, some areas already saw some flurries this morning out in Carleton Place and areas in the valley. Right now, temperature sitting at 2, so we've dropped a little bit from where we're sitting this morning. Does still feel like -2, -3 outside, so a little bit of a wind chill out there this morning. You can see these little spotty white blobs on your screen. That is the little bit of snow, so some areas definitely saw some snowflakes to start off your day. For us here in Ottawa, mainly cloudy skies, but we will see sunshine today. And then tomorrow, it's looking a little wet. Another low pressure system moving through, bringing with it rain, because temps tomorrow will be quite mild and a little bit above seasonal. We could see 10 upwards of 15 millimeters of rain in the forecast as we head into Friday, starting late in the morning, early afternoon, continuing in through your evening forecast, and then clearing up in time for Saturday. So for kids heading out to recess today, a bit better of a recess than it was yesterday, where it was very wet. At least we'll get to see some sunshine today. Cooler conditions, though, temps hovering around 2 degrees this morning. Then into your afternoon, only reaching a daytime high of 3 degrees. So cooler temps on the way, but at least it'll be nice and sunny. Temps tomorrow, 9 degrees, so much warmer tonight. Cold, though, dropping down to -5 overnight. Warm for tomorrow, above the norm. 9 is your daytime high. No temperatures back into the double digits, though. We're going to have to deal with 9 degrees as our warmest temp this week. As we head into the weekend, 7 for Saturday. Beautiful sunshine on the way. Then Sunday's the day we're expecting some messy driving weather. We are expecting rain to start things off on Sunday. We could see 2 to 4 millimeters, shifting to snow, and that's because temps falling all the way to -6 overnight Sunday. So we could see 2 to 4 centimeters of snow on the ground.
All right, and taking a look at the roads this hour, we want to let you know about a couple of things. The collision on the westbound 417 at Bronson has been cleared, but is still causing major delays in that area. Also heading west on the 417, we are seeing some buildup at the St. Laurent until about Parkdale. Switching now to eastbound on the 417 is seeing delays beginning at the 416 split until Bronson. Westbound on the 174 is seeing some slowdowns between 10th Line and Montreal Road. So leave yourself a little bit of extra time this morning with all those delays on your Thursday morning commute. Melissa?
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
And it is time now for the Bennett Real Estate Rundown, as today's segment is taking us to 3 great properties, all available for less than $750,000. Brett Liscombe is here to give us the rundown. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are we doing today?
I am so good, especially now that we got 3 great properties. And the first one you're taking to us is over in Arnprior.
Exactly. I mean, the one thing about properties in Ottawa is that, of course, there's a wide range from, your low 300s all the way up to your millions. But at the end of the day, this is the price point where a lot of people would like to be. It's where they're most comfortable. And this right here is a great example of it. Go to the west coast, just the west coast, pardon me, but the west side of Ottawa, 41 Burt Hall, just 20 minutes from Canada. And we see here in this open concept layout, the one thing I do love about this home is it has 2 separate living areas on the main floor. So if you've got kids, you can put their toys in one, you can have a nice relaxing space in the other. And right here, of course, you see the kitchen with the island that comes through. And this is a great shot. Just shows you how large the kitchen actually is. Tons of space. And upstairs, you see the hardwood floors, the big windows. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of the house, the 4-piece bathroom that has that separate tub. And of course, the downstairs, a lot more space, which is kind of what you expect when you get a little bit outside the city of Ottawa.
And a big property as well.
Yeah, large property, big backyard, 2-tiered deck, so lots of space to entertain year-round.
And I love the way you're thinking, a space for their toys away from the main area.
That's it. I have 2 kids. You got your kids. The place to put their toys is paramount, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Okay, next up we're going to Orleans.
Exactly. Here we are at 1865 Leclerc. So this is just kind of in the center of Orleans. Another space where you see a great dining room / living room. And here you can see the updated kitchen with the stacked backsplash across, really brings a modern flair to it. Quartz countertops, and then of course you can see out the back window right there, you have that patio on the second story. This is another bonus room that you have in kind of one of these staggered floor plans where you have an additional living space, that fireplace, and here we have another shot of the bathroom, updated mirrors, the little touches that have been done over the course of time to really kind of lift the property and some of the styling points.
Beautiful.
And then we're not too far off. We've got one more home coming up here in Orleans, which is actually a couple minutes away. And my kids actually went to a home daycare on this street. So
nice.
Super well versed, very close to Henry Larson. So if you're looking to be close to a school, this could be one of those. 17 days per day. An incredible property that backs onto green space, which you don't see very often in the middle of the city. Very, very quiet. Here you can see the kitchen, the updated lighting that comes through, and you can see the half bath that's attached to the one of the master bedrooms upstairs. Another bedroom we have here, and then this is that shot that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Just the serenity that comes from having no rear neighbors, the wildlife, the green space, and just kind of the quietness that comes along with it makes an incredible buy under $750.
And the nice thing is that these mature neighborhoods, you have those beautiful trees too that you don't get in the newer neighborhoods.
And it's almost like having new art year round, right? With the leaves changing and then the snow falling. So lots and lots to look at.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for showing us some great properties from west to east, all under $750,000.
Thanks so much.
And of course, if you want to get in touch with them, you can head to their website for more information. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning. A little bit windy out there to start things off, but we are seeing some sunshine to kick off your day.
Welcome back. As the crisp air of autumn gives way to the cozy chill of winter, it's time to refresh our homes and embrace the magic of the season. We explore simple yet stunning ways to transition your decor from the warm, earthy tones of fall to the sparkling, inviting ambiance of winter. Joining us today is Rebecca Esther, a fashion stylist. Good morning to you. Great to have you back.
Good morning, Rosie.
It's wonderful to have you back.
Yes.
Do you like how we spin this? Because some people, you know, they think of winter, they think, oh, it's cold, it's kind of harsh, but no, it can be very sparkling.
Absolutely.
I like that.
And one of the best ways to do that, I guess we'll segue right into it, is about lighting, right?
Oh, yes.
You can play with lighting and bringing warmth into your house. So the days of winter, it gets quite long, right? The days are short, the nights are long.
Yes.
So what you want to do is play with lighting, play with texture, with metallics especially. So imagine you place this next to a lamp, right, in a dark space in your house, adding a light flicker like LED light, put it right inside this lantern. This works, right? Adding some lighting into the space really sparks it up.
Yeah, and it's warm, it's inviting, and it's also, what, is it battery operated? So you don't have to worry about it burning out or anything.
And then we've got this. It's very budget friendly. Got this from the dollar store, right? So you can bring decor into your home. It doesn't have to be too expensive, right? You can hang this into a bathroom if you'd like, or your entryway. Right? So just about bringing some light. And some
I like that. Okay, so how can we spruce up our living space?
Yes, absolutely. I think about texture, right? Adding some nice textures into your workspace. So we do have a pillow down here also. It's very soft, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
The winter days call for softness, calls for calmness, right?
Oh, yes.
So what I like to do is have a nice throw, whether that's neutral or a pop of color, as well as some flowers, right? Some decor for your space to spruce it up, to brighten your day. So I think this is perfect.
That is really nice. And I like how you bring in deeper colors with the deep green. That is beautiful.
I don't want to forget about the towels as well, right? If you're celebrating the holidays, you can do that with adding some towels. It doesn't have to be too obvious, but the green, white, and red works for that as well.
Okay, so what do you recommend as we're changing seasons, going from fall to winter? What should we switch out in our decor?
Good question. I would say to switch out your colors, right? So when you think of fall, you think of what? Orange, reds, right? But as you're getting closer into Christmas time, we're seeing a lot more greens, right? So something like this, bringing nature into your inside the indoors of your household, right? So this is a wicker pumpkin, very cute, really in season. So I would say switch out your colorful, bright colors. Bring in something that's more natural. Something like this, right? It's a Christmas tree, but it's a decor piece. You can hang it on a table if you'd like, a side table, console table. It works just as well.
That is really beautiful. I like how you did that. Oh, and it stayed.
It
there
stayed.
You go. And now we're going to some furniture and furnishings, and how do you dress it up or change it up for the new season?
Right, just like I was saying earlier about adding some texture, right? So we've got this beautiful woven pillow, and then we have this beautiful fur throw here,
so
right?
Soft.
It feels very, very soft. And again, the same thing with the metallic and light, just adding that into a table.
This is beautiful. Rebecca Esther, always changing it up for us and adding such interest in color and textures, changing it up for the season. Fashion stylist, we love it what you do and how you bring new life and interest to our decor.
Good.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Of course. Thank you for having me, Rosie.
All right. Melissa, over to you.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we are getting a preview of this weekend's 613 Flea Market taking place at Lansdowne. That's coming up just after 8 o'clock.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
We will never forget your bravery, your strength, your sacrifice.
The very best and bravest of our nation. These heroic souls stood on guard for freedom.
Join the CTV News team and me as Canada comes together to remember.
Remembrance Day 2025, Tuesday morning at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on CTV.
Here's your milestone celebrations for Thursday, November 6th. And we are going to start off with a happy birthday to Paisley, who turned 6 today. Love from Mom, Dad, Big Sister Mackenzie, your little cousin Jackson, all of your grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Madeline is also 6 today. Lots of love from Mom, Dad, Charlotte, and all of your family. And if you have a milestone, celebrate it with us and your birthday announcements for kids turning 13 years old and younger. And for those turning 100 years or more, we also do wedding anniversaries for those celebrating 50 years or more. All you have to do is send us an email, Your Morning Ottawa Milestones at ctv.ca. We'll be sure to get your announcement on the air. Will.
Well, coming up in the next hour, Move 100's Therapy Thursday this week is all about a dilemma over whether to get a young girl's ears pierced or not. 613 Flea is coming in this weekend. We are going to get a preview ahead of that. And we visit a brand new Moroccan restaurant right here in the Byward Market. Oh, sounds tasty already. Taking a peek outside through our Shahegi sky can. A little breezy out there, a little cool with some sunshine trying to poke its way through, and it is expected to continue on that way. But bundle up. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville, bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans. Barrhaven.
From every corner of the community.
In the Glebe.
Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville. From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
Thursday, November 6th. Ottawa police are investigating a stabbing on Rideau Street Wednesday night.
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a new contract.
And Atletico Ottawa is gearing up for the Canadian Premier League final this weekend. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
And I'm Rosie Edna.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And you were letting us know that we have little droplets of snow in certain parts of the greater Ottawa area.
Yeah, I know Carleton Place, they were seeing a few snowflakes early this morning. For the most part, it has cleared up. However, there is more on the way in our 7-day forecast, including for us here right in Ottawa.
Okay.
It's time.
I'll just put it this way.
Ready?
Yeah, I hope you got your winter tires on. If you haven't, get in line to get them changed out. There you go.
Yeah, do it sooner rather than later. All right, right to our news headlines. Ottawa police are investigating an incident after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released at this time, and the investigation is ongoing.
President Donald Trump's tariffs face some tough questions in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's a congressional power, not a presidential power to tax. And you want to say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
The court now has to decide whether it's legal for President Trump to unilaterally impose tariffs in the name of national security. During about 3 hours of arguments, both Democratic and Republican judges questioned President Trump's use of the emergency law. The challenge was brought on by several states and businesses, arguing tariffs have driven up costs and uncertainty.
For nearly 40 years, my family has built this business from the ground up. Today, reckless tariffs threaten everything we've achieved.
The Supreme Court fast-tracked the appeal after a lower court ruled President Trump had overstepped his authority. A decision is expected within weeks or possibly months.
Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October 2023. OPP confirmed that he had been the victim of a homicide, and the search continued for his body. Yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can still expect an increase in police presence as they continue to investigate. The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who voted were in favor of the 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The College Employer Council says it's grateful the agreement has been ratified.
Global Affairs has confirmed a Canadian is among 7 people killed by an avalanche in Nepal this week. The avalanche happened on Monday at Mount Yalungri in the Himalayas. Rescuers weren't able to reach the site until the next day. The people who died were 5 foreigners and 2 locals. So far, at least 3 bodies have been recovered. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year, Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Redblacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after the team struggled under his leadership. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Redblacks, adding, "It's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on."
The waters at a popular German surf spot are quiet right now.
So usually surfers can ride the easeback wave at English Garden Park, but after some recent river cleanup, the wave is gone for now.
Officials believe it's because gravel in the riverbed has been removed, so they hope it will just take some time until it builds up to make a surfable wave again, instead having to intervene themselves.
Interesting.
And being a fellow surfer myself, I can definitely understand how this would be, you know, your usual spot like you guys like to go to.
Disappointing, right?
Obviously really popular, so hopefully they can get that up and working again. Look how fun that is. as we look at snow and we're looking at surfers on the waves.
Right. What? And like, when is it bathing suit weather again? That's what I would like.
Me too,
enjoy.
only for the hot tubs.
Yes, yes, although it's going to be a little bit cooler than that, especially today and over the next 7 days. We have much cooler conditions. Next week, below seasonal, at least to kick off your work week. Temps still sitting at 2 degrees, feels closer to -2 this morning. And similar across the region, low single digits to start off your day, even down in Kingston, Trenton, sitting at 3 and 2 degrees. So a cool start to your morning across the viewing region. Some areas saw, yes, a little bit of snow this morning, including out in the valley and in Carleton Place. They saw some snowflakes. For us here in Ottawa, we will see some sunshine today and sunshine throughout most of the region. It's tomorrow. We're expecting more wet weather on the way. That's starting late in the morning, early afternoon is when we're expecting that rain to start. And we will see rain kind of off and on throughout your Friday forecast. And we could see upwards of 10 to 15 millimeters of rain on the way. We're seeing some winds this morning, some southwest winds gusting around 20 kilometers an hour. So not as gusty as they were earlier this week, where they were gusting up to 50, 60 kilometers an hour. But still, it's a little bit windy to start off your morning. Temperatures today hovering around 3 degrees. So we're not going to warm up too much from where we're sitting right now. So definitely a cooler day in the forecast for us. Slightly warmer for Kingston, Trenton, getting to sit at 6 degrees as your daytime high. But other than that, chilly in the valley, as well as over in Munchmo, Trumbull, and Kittigan to be sitting at 0 for your afternoon daytime high. So over the next couple of days, you can see tomorrow and Saturday, not so bad temperature-wise. We will be a little bit above seasonal tomorrow with a high of 9 degrees. Again, all that rain starting late in the morning, early afternoon. Sunshine for Saturday and a high of 7, but then Sunday is the day we could see some messy weather. Rain starting off in the afternoon. We could see 2 to 4 millimeters, shifting to snow overnight because temperatures going from 3 degrees to -6, and we could see 2 up to 4 centimeters of snow. Eastbound on the 417, seeing delays beginning at the 416 split in through Bronson and heading west on the Queensway, experiencing some buildup. At Walkley and through Parkdale, westbound on the 174, seeing slowdowns between 10th Line and Montreal Road, and the Champlain and McDonald-Cartier bridges are also moving slowly in from Gatineau this morning. Will.
Well, Hannah and her husband are at a bit of an impasse over whether they should or should not pierce their baby daughter's ears. Sophie and Jeff asked their audience at Move 100 for a little advice.
It's all about getting the baby's ears pierced from Hannah. She and her husband disagree on this. She wants to get her baby's ears pierced, get it over with. Her husband says he's really against the idea. They're at an impasse and not sure how to move forward.
On text, Kim saying your reasoning to get it over with is not being honest with yourself. You want people to say how cute she is with her ears pierced. The earrings serve her no purpose, just you. She's cute as she is. Let her decide later when she wants to make the choice for herself.
This is such an opinionated thing.
It's very personal, right?
It is.
Like, it's a very personal preference
Totally
thing.
is. Jeff, you don't really get the idea of piercings in general.
No.
It's not your thing.
I don't. Well,
you don't have any piercings we don't know about, Jeff?
Nope. Totally clear. No, I really don't. Like, I don't know what they're for. I guess decoration.
Decoration and individuality. Like, it's a great way for people to express themselves in style, in personality.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Just like a tattoo, I suppose.
Yeah, but
right?
earrings are fun to accessorize with. Like, they're fun to play with.
Yeah, I guess other piercings is where I start to get confused.
Oh, yeah.
We start to go lower and lower with the piercing. Like, what are we doing? You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. That's the discussion here. And Katie on Facebook saying to get it over with implies it's something it has to be done. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Why not let them decide when they're older? That way they can be a special date and a thing to do together. Why does she want to get it over with? Hannah.
Again, I think it's the pain thing. I think it's just want it because it's something that people do. You won't remember it. You'll just have it done and you can enjoy it.
So that's an angle. I understand that. I understand that motivation then.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a great discussion, Hannah, if you're listening. These are all very good points. I'm not sure necessarily as many as you'd like in your favor, but who knows? There are other people who say decking out your kids in jewelry is all kinds of fun.
Well, also, you're not a villain. People have been doing this forever.
No,
right?
it's really not. It's really a small argument to have, but you guys are going to have to make a decision.
Well, coming up, the 613 Flea Market is this weekend. We have not one, not two, but 3 vendors to show off. I am snagging this. How could I not have that? And, gluten-free. Melissa will be very happy about that. That is coming up just after the break. We're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, and, it's a little chilly out there. Temperatures below seasonal, and the dreaded S word. Could it be making an appearance? -5 overnight tonight. Stay with us. We'll warm you up. We'll be right back.
Looking for some hidden treasures or to find the perfect vintage find? 613 Police taking over at the Aberdeen Pavilion for a fun morning of shopping and, of course, local eats. And today we're joined by 3 613 vendors, starting with Catherine Herbert from Dream Vintage. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And exciting news for you because you have a brand new storefront.
I do. I really do.
Okay, tell us about the transition.
Yeah, so I do 613 Flea for 2 years, and due to 613 Flea, I was able to open up a store.
Incredible.
Due to the high demand popularity of my super cute items.
Okay.
Vintage items, and it's 63 Beechwood.
Perfect.
It's right across from the Quickie Metro.
All right.
It's super cute. It's full. You can't miss it. It's pink and clouds.
I love that.
Really,
so it stands out.
It stands out. I
Super
put
cute.
my soul into it.
I love it.
I did all the painting and all the shelves, everything due to my father.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, so my love of vintage really came at a young age.
Okay, so tell us what you can find in the store, because I was saying, I almost feel like I'm shopping at my grandmother's house. She used to have so many cool knickknacks like this.
Yes, so you can find anything from cute little jewelry boxes to ring holders to beautiful collectible glass. I have a selection of bonsai trees.
Fun.
And some really cool, rare, pieces from the 70s.
Okay.
Some super whimsical pieces as well, like unicorns and, again, art glass. And again, I have a beautiful Arnell frog at the bottom.
I see that. Okay, so where do you find all your pieces?
So I travel anywhere from Montreal to Toronto, and I communicate on Facebook Marketplace, estate sales, garage sales, you name it, I'm there. And
so you do the hard work, search for all the items, and then we get to just shop at your store or at 613 Flea.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I curate all of this for you guys.
Incredible.
And yeah, it makes it a lot easier and for you guys to shop. And I clean all the items as well, so it's just there's so much behind the scenes that a lot of people
do for everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on all your success. Up next, we have Ryan here from the Jungle. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. I'm so good. Now tell us a little bit about the Jungle.
Awesome. The Jungle is a vintage clothing store at 858 Bank Street in the Glebe, just south of 5th. We carry predominantly clothing.
Cute.
We have kids stuff as well, like this 1991 Mario crew neck. We have just timeless pieces like this shearling lined Wrangler corduroy coat. Band tees are some of our favorite things. This is a late 80s The Doors, Jim Morrison tee.
And you get that real vintage feel from it. Cool.
They're fantastic. And then obviously the local sports. We have a
oh my goodness, look at
crew neck
that.
with prints absolutely everywhere.
Oh my goodness, that's so much
for the
fun.
games.
Yeah.
We also carry some trinkets and vintage adjacent stuff, old coffee table books, toys, accessories like hats and sunglasses, and this is actually our merch. So we worked with an industrial designer named Kyle Allen. We did some dice keychains with different animal prints on them, carabiners, and then ashtrays or catch-alls with our logo on them.
That's amazing. Incredible.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything.
Indeed. And you can always find us at 613 Flea as well.
Okay.
Among 150 other vendors.
I love
Vintage,
it.
artisan, one of a kind. Yeah, it's a great little spot to shop a whole bunch of local businesses.
Especially right now as we get gear up for the festive season. It's a great time to head there.
Yeah.
And last but not least, you can enjoy some food as well. So I'm going to head over to Alberto, who's here with some gluten-free arepas. Can you tell us a little bit about your food items?
So yeah, this is the most typical food from Venezuela, South America, but basically we share this product, this dish with Colombia and Venezuela. So they're handmade, they're made with corn flour. And they're cooked on the grill, so they're very healthy and they're gluten-free, 100%.
Incredible. It's really hard to find gluten-free items, so this is such a nice find to discover.
Yeah, and the fillings, we have many options. We have vegetarian, we have vegan, and chicken, meat. You can fill it up with whatever you can.
So different options for you. And what's the sauce that I'm seeing drizzled on each one?
This is the house sauce. It's a signature sauce. It's cilantro garlic.
Ooh.
That's it's very popular. Became very popular in the market. So I'm doing the 613 Flea Market. And
where can people find you as well?
Yeah, so I have been doing this for 7 years. And finally this year I opened a restaurant on Bank Street. So it's 374 Bank Street. And yeah, very excited to start the new New process.
A new chapter. I love that. Well,
yeah.
congratulations to you and to all of our vendors here today. Of course, you can have some snacks while doing all your Christmas shopping at 613 Fleet happening this weekend, or you can find all their individual shops as well. We have over to Will.
Well, Melissa, I know they had you at gluten-free. Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, the Canadian Premier League final is coming to Ottawa this Sunday. And we tell you what you can expect ahead of the big game. We're going to take a peek outside, though, through our Skycam at George Street. And woo, it's chilly out there. Temperatures only reaching 3 degrees this afternoon. Bundle up if you haven't already. Stay with us. We have some fun ahead of the break. Oh, welcome back, everybody. The Canadian Premier League final is coming to Ottawa this Sunday.
Temporary two-man wall, Gimo and Wojciechowski. Dos Santos, curling delivery, it's gone in! Oh my goodness me!
The sound we want to hear. Gearing up for the big game, Noah Abatne, Atletico Ottawa defender, will play his first CPL final supporting Atletico Ottawa after a record-breaking season. He joins us today along with one of Atletico's business leaders, Alex Mejia, to tell us a little bit about the game and the festivities. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
And first of all, thank you, because I was just gifted this so I can support during not just the interview today, but the big game on Sunday. What do we think? Is it a good look?
Yeah,
is it a good look?
Yeah.
All right, Noah, first let's talk about the season, because this is such an accomplishment. Finals on Sunday, but walk me through what the season's been like so far.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, it's my first season at Atletico. I actually grew up in Ottawa for around 2 years when I was younger, so it was amazing to be able to have the opportunity to come back to play professionally in the city. And like you said, it's been a record-breaking season. You know, we've scored so many goals. You know, our defense has been good, and you know, now it's our big moment to finally win the cup, hopefully.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about why you love the game so much, because I feel like sports, it's so hard to describe the love of sport when you're playing the game after with your friends or like talking about it. Why do you love the game so much?
I mean, I think it just comes from playing so much from a young age. I started playing the game when I was 4 years old, so it kind of just becomes a way of life, like a habit more than anything. But it's just fun, you know. At the end of the day, it's a game. You play because you love it, and yeah, like I said, since I was 4 and now I'm 21, so it's been a long time. It's a way of life.
It's just been your whole life at this point, and maybe some snow on Sunday. Does that alter any of the ways that you play the game, or what's going on? How does that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, that would be very Canadian, you know, if that were to happen. But yeah, I think it would just make the field, the ball move a little faster on the field, but it would be cool. It would be cool.
I think it'll be awesome. You know, all the fans are definitely going to support, and the city will rally around the team. Alex, can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect for that game on Sunday?
Yeah, so we're going to have a great match. Very important to have all the fans supporting young talent such as Noah. But also like the importance of bringing soccer to the next level in the city, considering that arguably is going to be the biggest men's soccer show in the country before the World Cup next year, and it happens to be in Ottawa.
And you have that after a record-breaking season. What's it been like for you to see the success of that team and have something that no one's ever seen before?
Yeah, so it's important for us, for the club, since we have new management, new female leaders in the club, also making difference and now bring the relevancy of soccer in the country and also in Ottawa, because soccer is a growing sport, and it's so important for young talent such as Noah and for the fans to have someone to aspire to in the next years to come.
And when you see talent like Noah on the field, because it's undeniable when you watch him play, how proud does it make you feel? Because when you take the young people in and then you see the success like that, what does that feel like for you?
Yeah, so ultimately that's what the club is looking for, and the goal at the league is like provide opportunities for young Canadians to become professional and then make a way of living and also move to like bigger clubs and bigger leagues in the world.
All right, and Noah, what can we expect on Sunday? How are we feeling going into it? No one's getting by you?
No, I would hope not. But no, everyone is good. The team morale is very good. Everybody's positive, excited. You know, it's a lot of players' first time playing in a final. So it's going to be an amazing experience for all of us, really.
So amazing. Well, good luck from all of us here at CTV Your Morning Ottawa. If people are looking to check out the game, give us a little bit of the details.
Yeah, for sure. So we're actually expecting to hit the 10,000 tickets out mark today. Wow. So we're opening up the north side boxes. Club seats are sold out, like on the south side, lower bowl. So it's going to be a great experience. We're also going to have a fan fest. We're going to have Magic as the headliner, so there's going to be a huge amount of events actually happen the entire week. And so we're expecting to see everybody support Athletic Ottawa this Sunday.
Amazing. Well, congratulations to the both of you, and you know, the entire city is rallying behind you. Good luck, my friend, on Sunday, Noah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Well, coming up just ahead, a new Moroccan restaurant is open in the Byward Market. And we take you there live because one of our friends has scurried over there to show you all the beautiful and tasty festivities. We're going to take a peek outside, though, before we go back inside through our sky cam on George Street. And whoa, settle down there. Shaky cam on this Thursday morning. Temperature's feeling cool. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
Ottawa, know someone who secretly makes our city amazing? We want to hear about them.
You know, the kind of person who goes above and beyond without ever asking for anything in return.
Because Move 100, CTV, and Lazy Boy want to give them a huge shout-out.
We're searching for Ottawa's unsung heroes, the everyday people doing extraordinary things. Nominate someone for a chance to win them a $5,000 Lazy Boy gift card.
Nominate your local hero today.
Let's celebrate those who make Ottawa a better place.
Are you tired of being tired? Join us for Sleep Week, where we'll break down the top ways to get your best rest and help you wake up feeling refreshed.
Sleep Week on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Weekdays, brought to you in part by Ontario's Sleep Care.
Good morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Yellow, and Melissa Lamb will be with us momentarily, sharing some delicious food just down the street.
Yeah, a new restaurant opening in the Byward Market. So we're going to get to her in just a moment here, and we're going to talk about your forecast as well. But first off, what do you got there? You got a little bit of Atletico Ottawa?
Atletico giving us some swag ahead of the big game on Sunday for the finals.
Good.
We got to rep our city. And speaking of the weather, maybe a little bit of snowfall on the game on Sunday.
Might be a little chilly.
That's right, but I think they got it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you got today's headlines, top stories.
I certainly do. Ottawa police are investigating an incident after a stabbing just outside the Rideau Centre last night. Police say the stabbing occurred on the 100 block of Rideau Street just after 7:50. Ottawa paramedics say a man was taken to hospital in critical condition. No other details have been released at this time, and the investigation is ongoing.
President Donald Trump's tariffs face some tough questions in the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's a congressional power, not a presidential power to tax. And you want to say tariffs are not taxes, but that's exactly what they are.
The court now has to decide whether it's legal for President Trump to unilaterally impose tariffs in the name of national security. During about 3 hours of arguments, both Democratic and Republican judges questioned President Trump's use of the emergency law. The challenge was brought on by several states and businesses, arguing tariffs have driven up costs and uncertainty.
For nearly 40 years, my family has built this business from the ground up. Today, reckless tariffs threaten everything we've achieved.
The Supreme Court fast-tracked the appeal after a lower court ruled President Trump had overstepped his authority. A decision is expected within weeks or possibly months.
Ontario Provincial Police confirmed that human remains found at a property northeast of Smiths Falls last week belonged to a man who had been missing for more than 2 years. Robbie Thompson was last seen in October of 2023. OPP confirmed he had been a victim of homicide, and the search continued for his body. Then yesterday, police confirmed remains that were found on October 30th were those of the missing Smiths Falls man. 3 people have been charged with first-degree murder in relation to Thompson's death. The remains were found as police investigated at a property on Kelly Jordan Road. They say residents can still expect an increase in police presence as they continue to investigate. Ottawa firefighters worked to extinguish a building fire on Dalhousie Street.
Ottawa Fire Services say emergency crews responded to a call in the 200 block of Dalhousie Street just before 7:30. Last night, firefighters arrived on scene to find black smoke and open flames visible on the 3rd floor. Crews searched the building and found no occupants, and no injuries have been reported. The fire was under control within 40 minutes and contained to the area where it started before it could spread. The cause of the fire is under investigation. We are getting a look at how many drivers have received parking tickets in Westboro and Wellington West since the city introduced on-street paid parking in the area 2 months ago. In September, paid parking was implemented on sections of Richmond Road, Wellington Street West, and Churchill Avenue to encourage turnover in the high-demand area. The city implemented around 700 paid on-street parking spots. Since then, bylaw officers have handed out nearly 3,000 tickets for parking violations.
The union representing thousands of full-time college support staff across the province says its members have ratified a new contract. The agreement was reached last month following a nearly 5-week strike that saw more than 10,000 workers walk off the job. The Ontario Public Service Employees Union says 89% of those who were voted, they were all in favor of that 3-year deal. The union says it includes wage increases and job security improvements. The Cottage Employer Council says it's grateful the agreement has been ratified.
Global Affairs has confirmed a Canadian is among 7 people killed by an avalanche in Nepal this week. The avalanche happened on Monday at Mount Yelamri in the Himalayas. Rescuers were not able to reach the site until the next day. The people who died were 5 foreigners and 2 locals. So far, at least 3 bodies have been recovered. The Ottawa Redblacks have a new coach and general manager as they look to improve after a disappointing season. The team is hiring former CFL Coach of the Year, Ryan Dinwiddie. He's a former quarterback and had been serving as head coach of the Toronto Argonauts since 2020. The Redblacks fired former head coach Bob Dice in October after the team struggled under his leadership. Dinwiddie says he's excited to join the Redblacks, adding, "It's a proud organization with passionate fans and a strong foundation to build on."
Continuing with sports, history was made in the National Hockey League last night. He does it again. Ovi continues to rewrite the history books, becoming the NHL's first player to reach 900 goals. It happened in the second period as the Washington Capitals hosted the St. Louis Blues. The 40-year-old passed Wayne Gretzky as the league's all-time leading goal scorer back in April. Last month, Ovechkin became the 8th player to reach 1,500 NHL games with the same team. But he says 900 goals is the more significant milestone because he's entering territory no player has ever reached. Will Ferrell's elf costume is going up for auction just in time for the holiday season. The Buddy the Elf get-up is not going to be cheap. It's expected to sell for as much as $264,000. The bidding will take place in December as part of Prop Store's Winter Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction in London.
More than 1,000 other items will be up for auction, expected to rake in more than $10 million. I think it might go for a little more than that.
I think so too.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think it passes the 300,000 mark just because like that costume and having the original Buddy the Elf costume, someone with some money is going to want that bad boy.
People will get in the holiday spirit when they start bidding, and they'll bid against each other and hopefully raise some more money.
Yeah,
more
all for a good cause. So if that number keeps going, no problem.
There you go. Hey, listen, hopefully we have no problem as far as the weather is concerned. We've got the sun out, and we've got Melissa, who's in the Byward Market at a new restaurant, going to give us our weather forecast. Melissa.
That's right. I walked over here, and let me tell you, even though it was a short 3-minute walk, it was a chilly one. Definitely some brisk conditions to start off our morning. Temperatures not really warming up too much into the afternoon as well. 3 is our daytime high, which is below seasonal. Average for this time of the year is around 7 degrees. And look at that, the sun setting tonight at 4:42. So a very short day on the way. Of course, we're used to these really early dark evenings now that the time change is in full effect. On our radar screens this morning, some areas saw a few scattered flurries, but for the most part, we will just get to see sunshine now as those clouds have begun to clear out, and we will get to see sunny skies into the afternoon. Enjoy it, because we don't have a lot of sun on the way as we head into tomorrow. Regional highs for today, definitely a cooler day. A daytime high today of only 3 degrees, so not really warming up from where we're sitting already this morning. And you can see cooler conditions throughout most of the region. 0 for Mont-Tremblant as well as in Kitigan-Zibi. Slightly warmer out in Kingston-Trenton area, sitting at 6 degrees. And over the next few days, it won't be so bad tomorrow and Saturday, but tonight cold, dropping all the way down to -5 in our overnight tonight, which means tomorrow morning will be quite chilly. The good news is it will warm up before we get that rain, which means we will see rain and not snow on the forecast for tomorrow. We could see 10 to 15 millimeters of rain on the way with a high of 9 degrees. Mild still on Saturday. The sun is back with a high of 7. Then into the weekend, Sunday's the messy day. We could see some rain in the afternoon, 2 to 4 millimeters, flipping to snow as temps fall to -6 overnight Sunday, and we could see 2 up to 4 centimeters of snow on the way.
Weather brought to you by Yeckendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
This morning, traffic is pretty much similar, still heavy volume east to west. If you're traveling eastbound on the 417, it's still slow from Richmond right through into the downtown core this morning. Heading in the opposite direction, if you are heading westbound on the 417, a little bit heavier in through the downtown core past Saint Laurent. Well, if you are looking for authentic Moroccan cuisine, there is a brand new restaurant right here in the Byward Market. We are at Tagine, and we're with the owner, Salim. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
Congratulations on this brand new spot.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Tagine?
Well, this is for the love of wonderful aroma and taste. We brought North African cuisine, Tagine, and we are very grateful to have this beautiful restaurant.
It's stunning inside.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it used to be an Indian restaurant, and there are a lot of Indian restaurants nowadays.
Yes.
Over 200 Indian restaurants. So we decided to flip it and make it a Moroccan restaurant.
Okay.
I discovered Morocco some 15 years ago.
Okay.
And loved the food, and eventually married to a Moroccan.
Yes.
So fell in love with the Moroccan as well, and now we have a restaurant.
And you decided it was time to flip and make it a Moroccan cuisine.
Exactly.
Can you tell us about the flavors that you'll find in Moroccan food?
So, Morocco is such a wonderful location. You have Africa, you have Europe, and then you have Asia.
Okay.
It's kind of collided, bringing all this flavor from Africa, Europe, and Asia.
Okay.
And you have cumin, you have turmeric, then you have lots of cardamom, cinnamon.
Beautiful.
And so it brings out a lot of different kind of flavor into it.
And you poured me some tea here this morning.
Yes.
It is delicious. Can you tell us some of the flavors inside?
So this is mint tea, Moroccan green tea with mint. And you should try some.
We'll pour some more. I'm almost done mine. I might need a refill very soon. Beautiful flavors. It's a little bit sweet as well.
Yes, it has cane sugar in it. And Moroccans drinks this tea all day long.
Okay. I want to try some of the food as well, so we'll get your lovely wife and chef to bring us out some delicious food so we can see some of the different things you offer.
Absolutely.
So what's the first dish that we're talking about here this morning?
This is couscous.
Okay. Wow. Look at this dish. Beautiful. And
Yeah.
what's on top of the couscous?
There's prunes, and then you have turnips, carrots, zucchini.
Wow.
And then you have beans, and underneath you have the couscous.
Okay.
And this particular one is a chicken couscous, right?
Yeah.
And
Chicken
so it
couscous.
has chicken that has been marinated and basted and then put inside.
Okay,
Now we
what's
have,
this next dish we're trying
tagine.
out this morning?
Hence the name restaurant
Okay,
Tagine. Yes.
beautiful. And what is inside this
So this
dish?
is the beef tagine.
Okay.
And it's a sweet and savory dish. The meat has been,
Look at that.
slow cooked over 8 hours. And then it's put together with prunes, apricot, and almonds.
Delicious. So much flavor. And the meat just like falls off the
Absolutely,
bone.
yeah,
It's just like melting in your mouth.
Thank you.
Tell us
Thank
about
you.
some of the other menu items you can find here.
We also have some traditional dishes like sfa, which is vermicelli with chicken in it. Moroccans are going crazy about it.
Okay.
Because some of the student hasn't been home for a year. Right?
Yes.
And so they found these particular dishes, and they're just going, it's a home cook. And then we also have something called pastilla.
Okay.
Normally you serve those dishes at the weddings and special occasion, and it's a delicacy, absolutely wonderful. And we are very grateful to be able to offer these home-cooked meals to all the Moroccans who has been missing home.
I bet.
And local Canadians.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice just to try different flavors of the world. If you can't get to Morocco, why not try a little sample right here in the Byward Market?
Save your $2,000 plane trip.
Absolutely. They get a little sample right here. So many beautiful items. And just give us the location so people can find you.
It's 308 Dalhousie Street in the Byward Market.
In the Byward Market. Well, thank you so much for letting us,
Thanks for coming.
have a little early morning snack. The tea is delicious and the food is absolutely divine as well. Again, you can find them right here, located in the Byward Market, Tagine. And if you have an idea for us in your morning kitchen, we would love to hear from you. All you have to do is send us an email. Maybe you know of a great new restaurant or a local chef who would love to be featured on our show. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. Here's a live look through Centennial Glass Skycam this morning, and it is a little bit of a cool start to your day. Let me tell you, feeling like -3 outside this morning. The good news is the sun is shining.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Great chance to experience Canadian cinema at the 9th Annual OCAN Film Festival this weekend. 3 days of dramas, shorts, and documentaries you're not going to see anywhere else. Every ticket sold helps support Canadian filmmakers. You can check out the OCAN website, ocanfilmfest.ca, for more information about all the films. Next up, one of my favorite events of the year is happening at the Nepean Sportsplex this weekend. If you want a head start on your Christmas shopping or just browse for some ideas, head to the Christmas Craft Show. With over 100 vendors on site, it's a really great way to get into the holiday spirit a little bit early. Vendors include clothing, home and garden, pet products, and lots more. Admission is just $7 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free. Last on today's list is the Rock the Wild benefit concert happening tomorrow night at Meridian Theatres at Center Point. This show supports access to outdoor learning for neurodiverse folks and others, including equity-denied learners, and it features Juno Award winner Talk, plus other local artists like Emma LaMontagne, Jonathan Chandler, and Julia Rita. Of course, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tania Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Christmas and snow are just around the corner, and homeowners are starting to think about putting those pesky lights up. But one local company is here to help. 613 Lights can help transform your home from boring to the most admired. Luca Pomenville and Jamie Roussel from 613 Lights are here this morning to chat about how they can help you, and in turn, how they are helping Chio. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
First off, I have to compliment you both on your fashion, your attire, looking quite festive, absolutely. I love that. Okay, so first off here, we're talking about lights. We're talking about Christmas lights here. And, a lot of folks around this time of year, they start thinking, okay, should I put the lights up? Shouldn't I? So in the last decade, tell us about 613 Lights. How has it evolved?
So thank you, Rosie, for having us. We've noticed actually a trend in the industry, in Ottawa actually, that people are not wanting to put their Christmas lights on anymore. A couple reasons, Rosie, you could probably agree with me. Number one, those slippery ladders. We're hitting November, December, rain, snow, you start slipping. So just, if you're, a wife at home wanting your husband to go put on the Christmas lights, there's a risk of an injury there. So that's the first thing. And then they don't want to also, go out there and spend the time freezing cold, and so do it once and it's done forever. So we're helping Ottawa homeowners with permanent lighting that stays on for 20 years actually or more.
Okay, so Luca, you can talk about the app and how that works with the lighting. Can you get into more detail about that?
Yes, of course, of course. Well, I want to say, like, most of the time, people don't want to have the same colors on their house. They like to change it. It used to be the trend of having the C9 bulbs, but now everybody wants to control it on their phone. With us, you're a little limited on the colors. You only have 16 million colors to choose from.
Oh, is that it?
Only 16 million, so we're a little limited.
That's amazing.
Hold on, Rosie will call her husband soon.
So I'm seeing this new trend that people want to control it through their phone and change their patterns and make their own custom-made scenes now, too.
Can we see samples? Do you have samples? There you go.
Here we go.
Okay.
So this was a house we've done a couple weeks ago, right on time for the Halloween here in Ottawa.
Wow. Let's see. Oh, that's dramatic.
This was on 2 days ago, actually.
Oh, that's
Charles,
beautiful.
one of our
main installers.
And Mackenzie, they're out there.
Oh, that's beautiful. Do we have another one, Mike? Oh, look at that.
That's the same one with a different color. So you can change the patterns and
so
the
you
colors.
can just change it just like that, right?
Just like
on your phone and do that. That's really, oh, we got a couple more. Oh, that's very dramatic. I like that. Going with that deep pink and purple. And do we have another one? Kind of a more
this was
traditional.
Last year.
Oh, really?
Last year, yes.
And one more here. I think folks like the dramatic colors too. And like you said, they can program the app and get those lights on however they want them to look.
The colors, the pattern, the schedule. You can even sync it with the music, and you can even talk to it, and it dances with the music. There's a lot of features to it.
Okay, so what are some of the problems that we see with folks who are trying to do it on their own? You were talking like the ladder is slippery, or is there some injuries involved with that as well at times?
Yeah, it's just it's spending that time. Like you're taking a weekend, you know, your wife keeps telling you got to get out there, and then you never end up doing it, and then it's boring. You have another year with boring lights on your home, and we don't want that. So we're trying to change that, and we're trying to light up Ottawa as a whole.
So beyond Christmas, even though you are in your festive attire here, we can look beyond Christmas as well in terms of lighting your home, right?
Yeah. So actually, so you saw a lot of the dramatic pictures earlier, but there could also be a warm white color that you can keep on all year, right? So you know, Ottawa homeowners are looking for ways to light up their homes outside, right? Something, Rosie, that's super important is a lit house is a safe house. If you keep your house just more lit, people won't want to do funny things outside or inside. So
613 Lights, you guys are lighting up homes here. You're also helping out. You've got a charitable component. Can we talk about that?
Yes, we do. This year, me and Jamie really wanted to do something back to the community. Me and him, we both lost family members due to cancers in the last few years.
I'm really sorry.
We wanted to incorporate our business and giving back. And we decided to give away 20% of every dollar that we make. So every profit that we make, 20% will go directly to CHIO. And it just means a lot to me and Jamie to be able to finally give back to the community a little bit.
That is beautiful. We saw some pictures.
I appreciate you guys doing that. My mom's crying in the back there, so thank you.
Was that your...
That was my father. There was Charles, one of our installers' father there, and then...
I lost my grandpa a few years ago.
What you guys are doing here, that charitable component is so important. Thank you so much for giving to CHIO. 613 Lights, thank you for lighting up these beautiful homes across the city. And if people want any more information, you can see the information on the screen, 613lights.com, their phone number as well. Luca and Jamie, you guys are awesome. Loving the attire, loving what you're doing here, lighting up Ottawa. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. 613 Lights, those guys are amazing, loving the suits, lighting up the city. Good on them, and that charitable component as well. So folks who don't want to go outside and, you know, deal with the elements are getting them to take care of it for us. So we want to know about this weekend and, well, today and into tomorrow, the weather.
Let me tell you, I was just outside making a little walk, and it's not bad when you get outside, but when you feel that wind whip you in the face, it comes at you.
That's why our friends at Letico are keeping us warm this time of year.
There you go.
I love it. You're all set for the weekend.
I'm good, baby.
That's all from us here at CTV, Your Morning Ottawa. Take good care.